today, from St. Louis, Missouri, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and our home team. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss. Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Carry now for David Montgomery. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Now the throw left sideline here is complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Tua now on 1st down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They fake the handoff. Now Tua will get that complete to his tight end Komet, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved his consistency throughout the season. Always good, occasionally spectacular. But right now, he's on the outside of that MVP race. What's it going to take for him to get it done down the stretch?
You're right, on the fringe. But, hey, it's week 14. There's still a month left for him to make a lasting impression, have some scintillating plays, and then who knows?
Yeah, those scintillating plays, those splash plays, those plays we'll talk about for the next week leading up to the next game. He'll need a bunch of those down the stretch in order to win the award.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now this throw caught left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that lap...
And his man, complete! And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big connection on that one, 38 yards.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Double team, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Bears.
An option run with Tua. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 14-yard line.
Back at the 23-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
David Montgomery, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
3rd down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. This is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down. That's caught by Montgomery. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Tua going to try and go quickly here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Tua to throw again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Third down.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find one to get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 26-yard line.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with 1 complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Target Samuel, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 1st and 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result that he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The end result, 21 yards. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Second and 6. Rolling to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's second and 8. Looking left side, and it's complete. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way. As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete. because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listen to history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in for broadcast.
I just grab the nugget when I can.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On the option, here's Tua. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That's complete to Mooney. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Tua now on 1st down. And it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
1st down.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive lineman.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Oh, what a juke into space. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he'll bang that one through. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Tua now on first down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Tua going to throw. And he finds Montgomery complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
They seemingly just continue to score at will. As great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ballgame has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's a first down throw that's complete, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
It's 2nd and 8.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. That's caught by Montgomery. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the